Let's gather around so we can bring this home. Those of you over there, hello, come on over. All right. I like to feel like we're in this, right? This is important. We need to share this. We need to feel each other, touch each other, hold each other. I am not going to say anything new because everything's already been said tonight. What I'd like is to share some words that have been on my heart and my mind, because when we come here, we talk about no war. What does that mean? War means exactly what Mazen said and what everybody else said, is that our lives are equal to one another, no matter where you are, what station you are in life. And it's so important for us to understand that. But it's also important for us to understand that we have an opportunity to make a change. We have to understand that each other's causes are our own causes. Whether you're Native American or Mexican or LGBTQ or black or Muslim or fill in the blank, you have an issue that's important to you. The thing that's beautiful about this crowd tonight is that there's people from every walk of life, from every religious background or no religious tradition at all. There's people from every socioeconomic status, but we all are uniting for one purpose, for peace. But that does not mean we don't resist. That does not mean that we don't push back. That does not mean that we don't stand against injustice. That means that we don't kill each other while we're doing it. I know. That means that we come together and we learn about one another and we learn what's important to each other, so that when we have a Muslim ban, you don't see only Muslims at the protest. Was anybody at DFW airport when the ban happened? That's awesome. There was such a huge collection of people from all different backgrounds, and that was key to the release of the people that were stranded. That was key for those people, for the CBP officers, for the people involved, for the CEO of DFW Airport, to see that it wasn't just a few Muslims who were screaming, please let them out. It was everybody. It was all of us. You know, when we were coming to this thing, people were like, why are you going to go and do that, Alia? Why are you going to go get up there and say a bunch of stuff? It doesn't have any effect. It doesn't have any change. Because when we sit at home, if there's not some big catastrophe happening that's mobilizing us, we're just going to sit there and we're not going to do anything. We're not going to gather and network with like-minded people who are out doing this work. We're not going to get up and move our blood and passion and connect our hearts with one another. That's just as important. Staying connected to this movement is just as important. I actually don't need those anymore. I want to share a couple of poems. The first one is about I talked about it being everybody else's cause. It needs to be your own cause, because in the end, that's all that we've got is one another. We don't have power in our individual silos. We only have power together. That's right. This isn't a black issue or a white issue, a brown issue, a yellow, purple, or green issue. This is a we issue. It's time we make space so that each and every face can sit at this table as one. It's time you open your arms and speak from your heart before we can say that we're done. No more pointing the finger, no more dishing out shame. We all have a part and we are all to blame. In the words of a preacher who lives life as a teacher, when we talk about justice, it can't be just for us. We have to unite, for that's where there is might. True strength lies within. So let us begin. Woohoo! And this is a message about hope. This one is a message about what we're seeing. Sometimes we get so overwhelmed. One of my friends on Facebook today, she posted something, and I want to protect her identity and her honesty and truth for sharing. But she said, I don't know if I can handle it anymore. I don't know if I have what is in me to continue the resistance. I don't know if I have anything left to give. Whatever you have, however small, however big, you have to give it, because we are only as strong as the person standing next to us. We are only as strong as the events that we go to, as the actions that we rally against, as the policies that we change, and each of those are small movements, but together they make such a big effort. As the world burns around me, I can't help but be hopeful. Hopeful that this raging fire will be hot enough to rouse life from lazy slumber. A slumber that has imprisoned us for far too long. Complete enough to clear the rotting foliage blocking our path. Deep enough to burn away the outer facade and gingerly expose the new layers rebirth. Merciful enough to allow life and beauty to